This week's episode of Love Tyrant is a very interesting episode because it's more or less two types of episodes. The first half, I feel like they're just trying to mock hentai because the way the entire, first half is presented is very much like a sick and twisted hentai just with a yandere style central female figure, with the second half being the typical kind of silliness, banter, and just wittiness that we have come to know and love with the comedy of Love Tyrant. But this episode overall I thought was actually pretty well balanced. The first half of the episode, I was gonna be fine with it if it wasn't that comedy based, if it was just more of kind of more serious and oh, these characters actually have a hidden past or something like that. Because even when you discover that there is more to these characters than they're letting on, they're still stupid at the end of the day, because it gets more or less brought up by Akane's cousin here, which we learn that she's actually her cousin. I thought she was gonna be her, another sister, an older sister or something like that, but we learned that she is just a cousin. But she's trying to reveal to Seiji oh, you didn't know what who they truly are, and Akane's don't tell him. So there's something going on there. I mean, we literally see that they have some sort of abilities, Yuzu literally has some sort of shield she can use. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's a demon or just some manifestation, or they're gonna do something fun with it. I mean, if we see it in the anime, who knows, because this is based off the manga and it's only gonna be 12 episodes, so who knows if that's gonna come into play with the remaining episodes, but hopefully it does. But I did appreciate seeing that there's a bit more than just their archetype, the tsundere, the yandere. There is a bit more going on there, and what they are going to do with that I think is going to be rather interesting. But just the whole I'm pretty glad that, when they're going all fan service, and it felt like they were going this is pretty much hentai here, or it wants to be. I did like that they immediately pulled away, and then she's I am a pervert, aren't I? And I did like that because they kind of make it self-aware and retain the charm that the series has been going on for. But when Seiji actually dies and he actually goes up to heaven, and we get to meet Kami-sama, who is Guri's father, and they're just kind of having a conversation, and just it gets progressively more and more stupid as it goes on, literally having demon kings and whatnot popping in. It's just entertaining because literally, I mean, we go from just Seiji dying to, oh yeah, he's in heaven, he's dead, and we're just gonna talk to Guri's father, who's just wearing Hawaiian shirts and just kind of kicking back saying, hey, listen, we need to get her ready, you need to teach her about love so she can become the next Kami-sama. And he's what the hell is going on here? Literally, I've been stabbed, I've been tortured, I'm now dead, I'm talking to Guri's father, what the hell is going on? And I like how the anime kind of throws us in Seiji's shoes sometimes. Just, we're feeling what this character's feeling, what the hell am I watching? Why is this happening? And why am I surrounded by stupid people? And I absolutely love that concept. This is just such a fun series at the core. The animation in this episode, the animation was fine. The art style itself, there was quite a few shots that the facial details, they look kind of sloppy in terms of the art. It wasn't anything too major that it made it look bad, but there definitely was some art dips in this episode. But I mean, it's still such a silly series, so even when the facial animations dipped, it kind of worked with the comedy. Not that well, but it did work to not take away too much of it. But the overall concept that this series is going for with the art and animation actually does make this to be a very enjoyable series. Because at the core, if you were to read the synopsis for this, it just sounds stupid. But the way the animation and the voice acting and everything kind of brings this to life, it does make this a really fun and entertaining series. And it's going to be interesting to see, because obviously this insane yandere sick twisted motherfucker is gonna be popping up later on again. I mean, she had to leave because apparently Akane's mother called her or whatever. It's what the hell is going on there? So it seems maybe they ran away from home, something like that. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. It's gonna be stupid, it's gonna be interesting, but I mean, at the core, it's more than just dumb fun at this point. There is a bit more to it. It's not to say this is a crazy deep plot or anything like that, but they are at least layering in a bit more than just we're mocking things, but the mocking is still damn funny. I mean, just the best part of the episode had to be when Seiji went to heaven, because literally Seiji is just why me at this point? But I also did the kind of moment where Yuzu is going in for the kiss or whatever, because obviously she likes him, and then they just bash heads. I like that they kind of went not typical in that sense of oh, she's gonna kiss him, and he wakes up oh, I'm embarrassed because she kissed me. No, it's we're just gonna go stupid with this, and I really appreciated it for that. I just think this is a really fun series. It's definitely top 5 most enjoyable for me. I mean, at the core, I wasn't even gonna watch the series when it first aired, and then watching this now, it's how could I even not want to watch this Death Note parody mixed in with so many other parodies wrapped into it. It's an interesting series. I mean, I think anyone who's been watching this since the first episode, when it originally aired throughout this past 5 weeks here, I think everyone's probably still feeling the same, or at least majority of that. This is just dumb fun, but there's a bit more than just dumb fun to it. And I'm gonna be interested to see where the second half of the series goes and what other maybe anime or just tropes that it might mock in the near future. But I really enjoyed this episode. It wasn't my favorite, but I don't know, I think I might actually put it, probably top 3 to be 100% honest. Though it wasn't the funniest episode, There was just something there to this episode, especially with the whole heaven concept and just seeing Gertie's father, that did make me laugh quite a bit. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below about the episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or do you think it's just okay? And before you leave, smack that like button to show your support. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.